April vacation, we're supposed to go to UNH and Salem State. Everybody's shut down. If we get emails saying, we were supposed to cancel all the
Good evening. My name is Justin DuPont, and I am the president of Assabet Valley's chapter of the National Honor Society. I am privileged to welcome everyone to tonight's induction ceremony in honor of the new members who will be joining the ranks of our society. First, congratulations to all the new inductees and their families and friends who have come to celebrate this immense honor. Next, I would like to recognize the members of Assabet Valley who make our community run as smoothly as it does. A special thanks to Mr. Ernie Houle, the Superintendent Director, Mr. Chris Luoto, Director of Business Operations, Mr. Mark Hollick, our Principal, Ms. Alicia Berghaus, Director of Pupil Personnel Services, Dr. Charla Bowles, Director of Special Education, Mr. Gerald Gehagen, Assistant Principal and Dean of Students, Mr. Russell Mangson, Director of Technical Programs, Mr. Robert McCann, Director of Academic and Title I Programs, and Mr. Patrick O'Rourke, Assistant Principal and Dean of Students. The purpose of tonight is to honor these new inductees and formally welcome them into Assabet's chapter of the National Honor Society. We now ask that everyone please stand as we welcome the 2020 induction class of Assabet Valley's National Honor Society. You all began an incredible journey as soon as you stepped through the doors on your first day at school. Whether it be choosing the technical path you want to pursue the most, joining a new club, or trying out for a sport. You all had goals that you desired to achieve and experiences you wanted to be a part of. Some of you may not know this, but during your journey, you have achieved honorable academic success. For that, I congratulate you. All of you are a part of many aspects of the Assabet community: sports, clubs, activities, community service, and more. Our new members are not only great students, but they are also role models for their peers and communities. Through our chapter, we pride ourselves on community service, whether it be through fundraising for nonprofit organizations, sponsorships for children such as Aztec Wishes, or even peer tutoring. Our members are the first call to help students who are struggling in a subject, because not only do our members have the answers to their questions, they also have the willingness to help those in need. Whenever there is a volunteering opportunity, our members are so enthusiastic that spots to help out don't stay empty for long. This enthusiasm for helping others makes our membership special, taking each event and opportunity seriously because we know what a strong impact it has. I am excited that so many of you have taken this as your next step in your high school experience. You have all come so far becoming part of Assabet's National Honor Society. I can't wait for your new faces to join our ranks and to learn about the brilliant ideas you had to offer our schools and communities. To each of you, I hope you realize the potential you have to make our school a better place. But don't stop there. Beyond the walls of our school, there is way more that can be accomplished. I am certain that all of you will make a difference in our community at some point throughout your lives. Being a part of this organization requires work and initiative. With this, you will need to understand that you will be helping your community in positive ways. Use your knowledge and skills to impact those around you. Continue to always persevere and strive for excellence. Thank you. Now we will begin our student speaking and lighting of the candles portion of our program. Students will come up to discuss each pillar of the National Honor Society. We will first begin with Tyler Boucher, NHS member of the class of 2021, who will be speaking on our first pillar, character.
Thank you, Justin. Character is the first pillar of the National Honor Society, and it is an important trait for each new member to have. As Abraham Lincoln once said, character is like a tree, and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of, the tree is the real thing. Being here tonight, each of our new inductees has shown that they have the character required to be eligible to receive the most special of honors. As we all know, character does not just develop overnight or in a short period of time. It takes years to cultivate a character to be proud of. All members of the National Honor Society are committed to serving their communities and putting others before themselves. They spend their time volunteering at school and in their local communities. They are always building upon the character they have and strive to do good things everywhere they go. Our current members show character each day and every day in places like their classrooms and technical programs, on the bus, and at lunch in the cafeteria, at after-school sporting events, and weekend social events. They go above and beyond what they are asked to do and do not hesitate to lend a helping hand if needed. We look forward to learning about what each new member will contribute to our organization, helping strengthen our communities and make them better places. I will now light the candle to represent character. Next, I will welcome up Timothy Moore, NHS Vice President and member of the class of 2020, to discuss the pillar of scholarship.
Thank you, Tyler. When we think of the pillar of scholarship, the general association we make with it is from an academic standpoint. In order to become a member of the National Honor Society, prospective students must achieve and maintain a 3.75 GPA and show distinct accomplishment in each of their academic classes. No small feat, these future inductees have shown such prowess and have therefore earned the right to earn membership tonight. Here at Assabet, we offer a variety of honors and AP classes for students to partake in, which many of these students have chosen to study in order to better their academic abilities and expand their knowledge. However, scholarship is not simply limited to one's academic abilities. As being part of a technical high school has shown, these future inductees have also shown excellence in their respective vocational shops as well. With 17 technical programs to choose from, varying from automotive technology to culinary arts, every student is given an opportunity to pick and develop their skills in the trade. All of these inductees have shown distinction in both their academic and technical education. Scholarship has another meaning as well. Parents and students, especially those who are looking at applying for colleges, are familiar with the process of applying for scholarships. There are a wide variety of scholarships available to students, both from the colleges and universities themselves, as well as from outside organizations looking to invest in the future of the country through today's youth. These financial awards are granted to students who show strong abilities not only in their academic environment, but who also exhibit greatness and passion in specific areas. Most outside scholarships require an essay, usually explaining why a candidate is the best choice for the award. Other scholarships require candidates to discuss personal stories or interests that a prospective awardee finds personal to them. There are athletic scholarships granted to hardworking athletes who consistently prove on and off the field that they are extraordinarily gifted and always strive to improve. Scholarships are designed to find students that display passion and a vision for their futures, and to find those who want to continue to develop themselves at the highest level. Scholarship is a pillar built on academics, but it's far more than that. It's about a student driven towards excellence in all capacities of life, who will overcome all obstacles and study their craft relentlessly in the pursuit of a greater knowledge. I will now light a candle to represent scholarship. I will then invite up Gianna Menino, NHS Secretary, who will discuss the importance of leadership.
Thank you, Tim. Nelson Mandela, a well-known influential leader, once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Sitting up front in this room tonight are students who understand the importance of school and took the time and effort to further their education to become role models here at Assabet. There are many traits that make a great leader. The most important of those are to always be dedicated and humble. Leadership takes dedication, whether it be to school or work. Being dedicated will get you far in life. Being a senior, I have worked hard these past 4 years to be my best self, and it's not been easy. I have learned more about myself during my time in high school than I ever thought I could. There have been an uncountable number of times when I have thought how much easier it would be to just ignore my responsibilities, but by keeping my goals in mind, I pick myself back up and keep on trying to be a positive leader. One of the many things I have learned is how to get myself back up and moving along. Being a leader does not mean you have to be perfect. It means you have to be dedicated to fixing your mistakes while staying humble. I will now light a candle to represent the pillar of leadership. I will then welcome up Alexa Shea, NHS at-large officer, to discuss our next pillar of service.
Thank you, Gianna. Service is a crucial pillar of the National Honor Society. Every member of our society has the opportunities and abilities to make a difference. The pillar of service allows for students to understand the importance of helping others and gives them optimal opportunity to get out and begin helping. National Honor Society members have the opportunity to help out a variety of people, from their peers to the broader community as a whole. Our services vary from drives to local shelters and pantries to peer tutoring in the library after school. The opportunities for service are endless. Members of the National Honor Society find ways to incorporate service and helping others into their daily lives. Any act of service makes an impact on the lives of others, no matter how large or how small. Personally, my life has been changed by service. I took the opportunity to volunteer in a student program at Marlborough Hospital over the past summer. I was never expecting to benefit as much as I did from it. My life was impacted so much by the experience I had and the people I had helped. I hope that every new member can expand their experience and benefit so greatly from service, just as I did. I know there are new inductees will help to expand the service we do here at Assabet's NHS and find their love for it. I hope that they will take advantage of the many opportunities present to them. I will now light the candle to represent service. I will next invite up to the podium Ms. Robbins, an NHS co-advisor, to introduce Mr. McCann.
Thank you, Alexa. Obviously, we have 4 pillars that we take a look at when we have our inductees come in every single year. One of the initial pillars that we take a look at is scholarship. And obviously, that's the first threshold that the induction process includes. One of the people that we always like to have come every single year is the Director of Academics here at Assabet Valley. Not just because academics is one of the 4 pillars, but because he is one of our administrative representatives that really does take a vested interest, not that all of them do not, but specifically with these 4 characteristics and these 4 pillars that we take a look at here at Assabet. So he likes to make an entrance. So without further ado, Mr. Robert McCann.
Thank you much. Perfect timing as usual for me. I apologize for my lateness. First time I've been late in 10 years. They usually don't have any conflicts. In fact, this is usually the only thing that I'm invited to speak at every year. So I'm very happy to be here as always. I certainly wouldn't miss it. I want to make sure that usually, how many people were here last year? Perfect. It always works out well because I just do the same stuff every year. So what I would ask is that if, does anybody have an iPhone out there? Yeah, if you could just put a timer on for 45 minutes and let me know when I'm there, and I got 10 minutes left. So I am the academic director here, and I'd like to say first that I'm always impressed with students that accomplish something that I never did. I wasn't able to balance academics and athletics and a social life when I was in high school. Something was more important. I took my studies fairly seriously, but not enough. So the first thing I like to say is that I'm extremely proud of these students, and I'm always impressed by people who have accomplished more than me already as high school students. I wasn't able to make National Honor Society, so I'm very proud to be here today speaking about it. But again, the balance these students show day after day, year after year is truly impressive. Also, I'd like to thank, as always, Mrs. Robbins and Mrs. Cordier for putting on a wonderful evening, making sure these students do all the right things, have their meetings, etc. They always do a great job. I'd also like to thank our guest speaker, Mr. Stockbridge in the back. Congratulations on your retirement. You will certainly be missed, and I can't wait for your speech. I'll be heckling in the back over there. I also want to make sure that this talk I always give each year is not about a message. I don't think that these students right now need a message. I think they've gotten it, for the most part, at this part of their life. They're doing all the right things. They're not perfect, they're not expected to be. And I'm sure the parents here know that they're not perfect and see things that we don't. But I'm not going to give a message. This is more of a celebration for them and for me to let them know and thank them for honestly creating what I would consider the best job in the world for me. I'm very proud of what I do. I'm very proud that I've been here for 21 years. And I couldn't do the things that I want to do year after year without these students. I love all our students here, but these are the students that allow me and allow Mr. Hollick, myself, Mr. Poole, to create advanced placement courses, to bring in pre-engineering years ago and add to that, to bring in early college, high school classes. If we didn't have these students here, we couldn't run those classes. And those are really exciting things for me to do. So I want to thank them for allowing me to do that and running these classes all the time. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do it. I also want to start out by saying, too, that they do all these things with little expectation of getting anything in return. It's not like a football game where you score a touchdown and your name's in the paper. It's not like a basketball game where you're in the paper or those kind of things. They do all these things with just to do them, and they ask for nothing in return. It's okay. I'm not that kind of person. As I like to say every year, we haven't had a lot of snow this year, but if you ever see me shovel or snow blow, I get a really nice snow blower, and I go down the street, and I usually hit all my neighbors, but I really want that recognition. And I almost like stand there and wave out the window to let them know I do it. When I do the laundry at home, which isn't often, but when I do, you couldn't get a quicker text to my wife that I did that. I want to be recognized, and a lot of people do. But these students, not so much. They ask for nothing, but they just continue to do the right things in class, out of class, each and every day, without any expectations of anything. Recently, in the news, there's been a lot of talk of how some technical high schools, not ours, but some other schools in the state seem to like cherry pick or have these kind of systems where they pick and choose different students to come in versus other students. But if you find at Assabet, we have a really diverse background here. You see the students here, we have diverse backgrounds from different towns. But the most impressive thing is not every student here was just an amazing student when they got here. When they got accepted to Assabet, they weren't always the perfect kid in their class, they weren't always the top student in their class, but they came to Assabet and they flourished. And they took advantage of the opportunities that Assabet gave them, both in their shops and academics, and that's really, really impressive. So when I see those things in the news that, you know, some technical high schools only take these type of students, we take them all. And these particular students have flourished in what we give them. And again, I couldn't be more proud of them. So with that said, in closing, I want to thank you again for having me speak. And as I always say, if I can bring up my 8 and 4-year-old boys to become like the young people on the stage, and I've done a pretty good job. And I think I've done a pretty good job in terms of, you know, parenting like yourselves. Whatever you're doing, obviously it's the right thing. So congratulations to you, congratulations to the kids, and as always, thank you for having me. It's very much appreciated. Congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexander Sutherland, and I'm a junior and member of National Honor Society. This evening, we honor the new inductees to the Assabet Valley Honor Society. As is our tradition, the current membership collects quotes from teachers and faculty from around our school to bring a special individual honor to each of the new inductees. Tonight, Lily Kings and I will present each new member to be inducted by reading their personal message.
Gabriella Rodenzo Wilson. Mr. Wilson shares, Gabriella Rodenzo is an outstanding student in academics, sports, and carpentry. She has an outgoing, confident, and motivated personality which has elevated Gabriella to where she is today. I am very proud of all of her accomplishments in shop and on co-op, and pleased to see her induction into the National Honor Society.
Hannah Allen. Ms. Silvera says, Hannah is a humble student, a team player that cares about her classmates. However, she is also driven to do her very best and often surpasses her own expectations. She is a great addition to the classroom and to National Honor Society.
Dylan Ebers. Mr. Abdelanwar shares, Dylan is the type of student that makes people want to go into teaching. He brings a dimension of warmth, respect, and humor to the class. He provides valuable class discussion and is a model student.
Abigail Gilman. Ms. Murphy says, Abigail Gilman demonstrates academic initiative. She is prepared and comes to chemistry class every day, ready to learn. If she misses class for any reason, she often emails homework and asks for the makeup work. She takes the initiative and puts great effort into her academic work, and should be recognized for this. She will continue to be a role model to other students as a member of the National Honor Society.
Mariana Gomes. Ms. Benez shares, Mariana impresses me each week in shop with her desire to go beyond our curriculum and explore more ways to understand what we are working on. This work ethic is just one of the reasons I enjoy having Mariana in shop. Congratulations to her on this achievement.
Chet Jacobson. Mr. Silk says, Chet is the catalyst to all of our class discussions in English class. His effort put forth in the assignments this year are unmatched. Chet really embraces each assignment and takes it to another level.
Joseph Pulsiver. Mrs. Baltramitis shares, Joseph is an asset to the Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management program.
He takes initiative, shows enthusiasm, and is a role model to his peers. We enjoy his perseverance and look forward to working with him each school day.
Nicole Santos. Miss Reagan says, Nicole Santos is compassionate and empathetic when interacting with her classmates and residents at Coleman House. Nicole is someone I can always count on, whether it is supporting a classmate or volunteering in class. She is a joy to have in class.
Paige Savitsky. Sergeant Major Lynch shares, Paige is an outstanding student leader. She shows enormous initiative both in and out of the classroom. Paige's dedication and work ethic to her schoolwork makes her an outstanding example for our junior cadets to emulate.
Stephen Savoy. Mr. Somerville says, Stephen Savoy is a true leader in the advanced manufacturing shop, in his academic class and out on the lacrosse field. He is a friend and example to all the students in his class, making others around him better. He is always ready to give 100%, and that is why he will be a great addition to the National Honor Society.
Kylie Wynot. Miss Coder shares, Kylie is the kind of student who inspires me to look forward to my classes each day. She always gives 100% to what she is doing and is thoughtful about her approach in our social studies class, thinking about past events and how they influence the present. She's dedicated to making a positive impact both here at Assabet and in society in general. She'll make a wonderful addition to NHS.
Bailey Benevoli. Mr. O'Malley says, Bailey is a highly gifted and motivated student. She possesses a passion for her studies and regularly shows that she is motivated to develop herself into someone who can contribute meaningfully to the world around her.
Lacey Brusha. Mr. Sweeney shares, Lacey is an invaluable member of my class. Her intellectual curiosity and hard work ethic make each and every class a pleasure to have. More importantly, Lacey is a friendly and happy young woman who is an example to all students.
Marcus Frem. Miss Lucier says, Marcus is a fun student who tries to brighten everyone's day. He is a witty student who is a pleasure to have in class. He'll make a great addition to NHS.
Rose Heller. Miss Forehand shares, Rose is a respectful, hardworking young lady. She always comes to class prepared and ready to learn. She shows initiative and is a pleasure to have in class. Rose will be a great new member to the Assabet Valley Honor Society.
Ava Matkins. Miss Kramer says, Ava epitomizes the Assabet values of doing more as well as being an active participant in the community. Ava is a leader in the classroom and excels academically. Ava has a bright future, and I'm confident that Ava will excel in all future endeavors.
Anika Patil. Miss Bennett shares, Anika has an enthusiastic energy that is a benefit to all around her. She's a hard worker, and her nature inspires others to work hard as well. This makes her a pleasure to have in our shop. I am so proud of Anika for being inducted into the National Honor Society.
Elliot Robinson. Miss Harper says, Elliot enters the classroom with an optimistic smile and a readiness to learn. He puts his creative heart and soul into every assignment. He always surpasses the standards set from him and produces top quality, professional, highly intelligent work. Elliot brings a depth of caring to our classroom dynamic that I deeply appreciate.
Maxwell Seibert. Mr. DuPont shares, he is a high flyer and a leader in and out of the classroom, always willing to help others with what they need. He is trustworthy and dependable, always striving to be at the top. He is considerate and to both staff and his peers and remains a top performer in the engineering program.
Kelsey True. Mr. D. Bartolomeus says, Kelsey True is a dedicated, hardworking, and conscientious student. Her work is of outstanding quality and she always goes above and beyond. Kelsey is always upbeat and positive and she is an absolute pleasure to have in biology class.
We would now like to invite up to the podium Ms. Coder, NHS co-advisor. She will be reciting the induction pledge with our new inductees.
Thank you. At this time, would our new inductees please stand and repeat after me? I pledge to uphold the high standards of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce NHS member of the class of 2020, Amber Thetonia. Amber will begin the presentation of the NHS Honorary Inductee Award.
Thank you, Mrs. Coder, and good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the wonderful pleasure of introducing our 2020 National Honor Society Honorary Inductee. This faculty member has made numerous strides in making Assabet's art department what it is today, a welcoming, supportive, and friendly community of students and teachers who care deeply about their work and show an endless amount of passion and talent every day. He began as an instructor in the painting and design program in 1996 and has been a dedicated and inspiring teacher ever since. He first decided to start an after-school art club, taking 2 days out of the week to meet with students and allow for them to explore their creative sides. This led to trying to bring the first art elective to our school, which required tremendous amounts of determination and passion. Although it was repeatedly denied for years, a combination of his unwavering perseverance and a change in principle finally began the process of adding in an art elective. In 2006, he left the painting and design program to officially start teaching art, and that marked the official start of the Assabet Valley Art Department. Throughout his time here, he has made a number of other accomplishments. This includes changing the curriculum of the painting and design program while he was lead teacher, to allow for computer-based sign making, a redesign of the shop layout, and an increase in the teaching instructors to 3. He spearheaded a committee with other painting and design programs to stop the attempt at a discontinuation of the program, which allowed for the stay of the program that we know today. I know that years and years of painting and design students are especially thankful for all his hard work that he has devoted to this program. With the addition of Ms. Gady later on, the two of them have helped to drastically increase interest in the arts department and provide incredible education for a large amount of students. On behalf of the Assabet students, I'd like to say a huge thank you to this faculty member for all of their hard work put into these amazing programs. As our honorary inductee, this staff member has also demonstrated the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: leadership, scholarship, character, and service. For leadership, in addition to teaching, they have also served as an elected officer for the Assabet Valley Federation of Teachers for over 17 years. Their scholarship is shown through their passion for technical education, their strong belief that vocational schools such as Assabet can provide students with long-term skills to assist in their career paths. Also, they support continued education as well as self-improvement and have made that part of their personal goals. He enjoys supporting and advocating for others, is involved with personal and group efforts to raise money for charities, and donates his time to nonprofits. All of these combine to demonstrate his character and service, and for all of this, it is the proud honor of the National Honor Society to have chosen this outstanding faculty member for our award tonight. Though I've never had the personal pleasure to be taught by him, as a member of Design and Visual Communications and a frequent partaker in the arts department, I'm incredibly grateful for all that this member has done for the students and for our wonderful school. I'd like to offer one more thank you on behalf of our entire school for the tremendous amounts of work that he has put in to allow for the happiness and success of so many students. And now, without further ado, it is my greatest honor to present this year's Assabet Valley Honorary Inductee of NHS, Mr. Stockbridge.
After that introduction, I was planning on retiring in June, but apparently I'm enjoying this. You know, I am leaving in June, and I really do appreciate this. And when I got the phone call originally, the email saying that there was going to be this acknowledgement, I thought perhaps it was a mistake. I also never in high school had that level of achievement. Certainly admired those people that did. I was a person that came up with a lot of false starts. I did pretty good in high school until my junior, senior year, kind of faltered. Went to college, kind of faltered. Came back around later and learned along the way that perseverance is really important. For some people it comes easy. For me, I had to work at it. I had to do a lot of self-teaching. I admire those of you that have that gift and take advantage of it. When I first came to Assabet, initially what happened was I heard that there was an opening. I made a phone call as a vocational teacher, and I was told that the position had been filled. And I asked, can I come out anyways? Because I really didn't know much about vocational education. I hadn't attended one. I went to a regular conventional high school. I had friends that went. I saw the benefits of it, but I really didn't know much about it. But they said the position has been filled. It was the spring, and we're sorry. But I said, you mind if I come anyway? I just kind of want to see what it's about. And I did, and I lugged along with me a portfolio, artwork, stuff that I had done I was self-employed, things I had done in business, and wiggled my way into a conversation and ultimately a sit-down interview with the vocational chair, in which he said, we technically haven't signed anything or come to a formal agreement with the person we intend to hire. Would like to reconsider this, and ultimately I got the position. So what I had learned along the way, just a little tenacity, don't take no for an answer. It's given me the opportunity to do some of the things I've done here.